All right, y'all. So it is Sunday, and I decided I was going to cook myself a meal. Now, I don't do this often, but I am going to do it today because I have a taste for some good old cabbage. So anyway, right here, I'm just cutting up my cabbage, getting my glass of wine, i.e. ginger ale. Yeah. So anyway, I finished cutting up the cabbage, went ahead and got my bell peppers, got the onions. So I'm first going to just chop everything on up. I chopped up my celery. So everything that I chop up, I'm just going to go ahead and just add it in this bowl until I get ready, get ready for it. So this took me a minute. Tried not to let it take me too long, which is why I don't like cooking. But I got the bell pepper. Here's the onion. And I think I cut up the celery off camera. But once I did that, well, I'm still doing that. But as I was telling y'all, is that I put it all in this bowl so that I could have it. All right. So then I went to seasoning. So I seasoned my, cube steak. That's what we having. And the cube steak, if anybody knows, if it's not cooked right, can be very chewy. But not this cube steak, baby, because your girl know what she's doing around the kitchen. So I went ahead and added my ginger. Now, I like ginger, so I put ginger on just about everything. So I went ahead with my garlic. So I have my ginger, my garlic, seasoning salt, of course. But after I got this meat all seasoned up, I then went ahead and, just get the pot hot and put some oil in the pot. Now, I use a lot of seasoning because I like my food tasty. So I put the oil in the pan and then I added each piece of the cube steak. So I'm just browning it right here. Of course, it won't be finished, but this is just to give it that flavor soak in. Can you smell it through the camera? Y'all see it? Go and soak it up. Look at it. So once I got that taken care of, I went ahead, just flipped it on the other side. Then I went ahead and added in my onions. You'll see that here in a minute. But I put in the onions, the bell peppers, and the celery. And then just got that all to cooking together. And this is just, as I said, is an attempt to brown it, not to cook it, not to, it's not going to be finished after this. But I did go ahead and, I added more, the ones that hadn't been cooked, and took the other ones out. So eventually I'm just going to take all of them out and leave the oil and then the remnants from what was the meat when it cooked. As you can see right here, it looks like it's burnt, but baby, that's goodness right there. So I put in my bell peppers, put in my onions and the celery, and I just scrape all that stuff up off the bottom. Because as I said, that is the goodness. So I did go ahead and get me a cup just to add some water. Because I am going to be adding some. Now, that in itself will cook you some good gravy. A little bit of flour and you in there. But I used my brown gravy mix today because I had it. So I just added the water in there. And then here in a minute, you'll see me go ahead and add a little bit more water and then sprinkle in the brown gravy mix. Now, I could have added it, mixed it in a cup, and then poured it in. But why mess up all those dishes? Y'all, I'm lazy. I don't like to clean up like that. So anyway, I went ahead and just added all the meat back into my nice, seared goodness at the bottom of that pan. The onions, the bell peppers, and got all that mixed all nicely together. And then I go in with my brown gravy mix right here. Well, of course, like I said, I added a little bit more water. And then I'm going to go in with that brown gravy mix to get all of that. Popping. And then I'm just going to put the top back on and let that go ahead and get tender. Anybody knows that you cook cube steaks, you got to cook it for a minute, right? At least I cook mine for about an hour because I want to be able to slice that with my fork. No chewiness over here, honey. So I got that all mixed in, all the brown gravy mixed, and put the top on that. Let that cooked down. So right here, I'm just going in to cook the cabbage. So I first started out with the bacon, and you don't have to use bacon for all of those who don't like pork. I typically don't even use meat in my cabbage, but I had it, so I used it. So I went ahead and just got the bacon, I'm sorry, all mixed in there so that we can get the greases from the bacon, then the pork taste. All of that plays a part in that good old cabbage. Cabbage is my favorite green. So yeah, I got those rest of those onions, bell peppers, and celery, and mix that in with that bacon. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my cabbage. Now let me know, guys, do you wash your cabbage? Yes or no? And I mean, like, if you're cutting it up, do you wash it before you cook it? Not after you would, like, after you cut it, like you would with greens, but do you wash the leaves on the cabbage? Let me know down below. Anyway, I got all of that mixed in, and honey, I was having myself a good old time. I can smell it through the phone. There's me just adding the cabbage, like I said. And I try to cut my cabbage up very fine. I like my cabbage to still be kind of crispy, so I don't cook my cabbage that long at all. I did add a little bit too much water to my cabbage this particular time. And, but it was still good. Don't get it twisted. I just, like I said, I don't like that much water, nor do I like to have my cabbage mushy, if that makes sense. But overall, guys, this was a great time. I had an awesome time cooking it, and an even better time eating it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and all the things, and just watch me work.
Come away from him. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I neglected to tell y'all I did add some chicken broth in here. So I got that good old bacon, that good old chicken broth. This had nothing but flavor. Yeah, y'all go ahead and remake it. Thank me later. And right here is what I was saying, where I had a little bit too much water in it. If you can see, it's kind of floating. So I couldn't cook it that long because, again, I do not like mushy cabbage. But overall, like I said, it was good. So thanks so much for watching, guys.